In this video, I'm going to break down 3 simple steps that you can take to get your very first listing. Okay, so the old saying goes, you have to list to last. And that's true, especially in this real estate market. There are so many buyers out there all bidding for the same house. And the best situation you can have as a real estate agent is to be working for that seller. But getting listings can be challenging, especially as a new agent with limited experience and limited reviews and past clients. So in this video, I want to really dive into the importance of being able to break down this process in an easy to understand step-by-step way. That way you can go out there and use this easy, simple 3-step process to go get more listings this month. That way you can start being on the right side of the table during this hot seller's market. So the very first step is really simple. You have to make contact. So making contact is super important. Now, if you don't like phone prospecting, that's okay. You can make contact in many other ways. Many agents have success doing things like door knocking. Other agents have success simply just reaching out to their sphere of influence. But at the end of the day, you have to make contact and you have to have real conversations with people that own property. That's the whole key. So the very first step is very easy. It's very simple, but at the same time, it's very hard because you're gonna have to give yourself the discipline to be able to get on the phone every day or knock on doors every day or simply just reach out to people you know every single day and talk to them about their properties that they might be interested in selling. This step is often the hardest step because agents oftentimes get themselves in this place where they get into call avoidance. And when they do call avoidance, what they basically do is this. They know they have to make prospecting calls because that's what's gonna make them money. But instead of making prospecting calls and following up with clients, what they do is they go into arts and crafts mode and they start posting things on social media like, hey, you should buy a house today or find out what your home is worth. And all those things are great. And there's a time and a place for that. But a lot of agents, because they don't want to get on the phone and they feel nervous about it, what they do is they do call avoidance. And they get into this mode where they just spend 2 or 3 hours just coming up with little cute marketing ideas that they can put on Instagram and Facebook and all their social media channels. And like I said, that stuff can be great, but just realize if you're doing it because you're doing call avoidance, it's really gonna hurt you, especially in a competitive market where you're trying to get listings. So step number 2, and that's to add value. So this part is easy, but it's also challenging because it takes a little bit of skill to be able to do this the right way, but at the same time, it's easy because you already got past your call avoidance. If you already started making calls and converting people into the point where they're curious and they're considering working with you, they just want to see that you have value to add to them and that it makes sense for them to move forward. So during this stage, you want to add value as much as possible. You can use different tools like Cloud CMA and your CRM to follow up effectively. But Cloud CMA is a really important tool that we use because as soon as we make contact and we determine that that person has interest in maybe moving forward, we want to be able to show them the benefits of listing their property, getting it on the market, and what they can possibly net once they close. So we want to be able to show them that, and we also want to be able to show them that in a constructive way that they fully understand. So we come up with this beautiful CMA report and we send it to their email. Now, ideally, if you can get out to the property and meet them in person, it's probably 100 times better. But if they refuse to meet you in person right away, you can easily compile some data, do a quick CMA report, and then give them a range of value. So for example, if you see the comps are anywhere between 250 and 300, but you believe that the house is somewhere between 270 and 290, you can put a range. So tell them that it's estimated to be worth between 270 and 290, but you'd like to meet them in person to be able to determine exactly what that number should be based on the condition and upgrades to the home. So this is going to be a really powerful way to get in the door. Remember, the phone is a huge, important tool to be able to do volume and talk to people in mass, but you want to get in front of people. The most powerful thing you can do as a real estate agent is meet people face to face. The reason for that is because there's so much competition. And if you just call people and you do CMA reports for them and you never get face-to-face, some other agent could call them and do the same exact thing, but push for the face-to-face appointment, and then you're suddenly out the door. Even if you had a wonderful conversation, they're simply gonna forget about you and then focus on that agent that they actually met in person. So adding value is absolutely key. So always offer value, show them the benefits of selling, and then present yourself in a way that is organized and professional. And that's where tools like Cloud CMA can come in and really add value. Now, you don't need to use Cloud CMA. There are tons of different CMA tools that are out there. The point is that you want to be able to package yourself, show a ton of value, send them something that's actually tangible that they can go through and read, and then follow up with them and get in the door, get the face-to-face appointment, and then move forward from there. Okay, so now we're gonna dive into step number 3. Now, step number 3 is really important, and this is the close. So when you go through all this work, you spend the time prospecting, you identify people that want to sell real estate, and then you add enough value to be able to get in front of them, and then basically they tell you that they want to sell their property. Well, now comes the last step, and that's basically closing the deal. Because they've identified that they want to sell their property, but now you're going to make sure that you can provide enough value and show them that you're the right agent that they should be selling that property with. So this is the close. And during the close, you're going to get a lot of different questions, and a lot of times you're going to have to really learn how to objection handle. During the close, you might hear certain questions like, are you willing to go down in your commission? All kinds of things you're going to really hear. Or you might even hear other things like, hey, I know you said the house is worth $275, but I think it's worth $325 or $350. Can we just list it at $350 and go from there? And if it doesn't sell, I'll just withdraw it off the market. So these are all questions and these are all objections that you're going to have to learn how to overcome as an agent if you want to become a powerful listing agent. So just expect for these things to happen. And the best thing you can do to overcome this is practice. So getting a role play partner, if you're on a real estate team, just pair up with one of the agents on your team and practice these things with them. There are only about 10 real objection handlers that you're going to hear on a constant basis. And if you learn how to, navigate those and, come back with something really powerful that makes sense, you're not going to have much trouble. But just realize and understand that you're going to face this a lot, especially in a competitive seller's market where agents are running around like crazy trying to get every single seller under contract because they know that their houses are going to sell and it's going to be a payday for them. So just realize what you're competing against and what kind of market we're in because, it's going to be competitive. But at the end of the day, you can definitely do it as long as you put the work in and you take the time to practice the scripts, practice the objection handlers, and these are all things that agents should be polishing every single day because these are the skills that are going to get them paid. I know this market's challenging. I know there's a lot of ups and downs in it, but I hope this video helps you to put together a quick and simple game plan to be able to go out there and focus on getting listings. So really, I didn't want to overcomplicate this process for you because I know if it's too long, people just won't follow it. I wanted to make a quick 3-step process that you can follow every single day without procrastinating. That way you can go out there and hit some home runs and get some listings under your belt. So if you like this video, definitely smash the like button. It helps the channel tremendously with the algorithm. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because I will be cranking out real estate videos for you every single week. That way you can build your real estate empire and get your business to the next level. So we're all going through this challenging market and I'm here with you to help you get through it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have comments, drop them in the comment section below and you have an awesome week.